Hi, I'm about to feature the national artist for theater design, Salvador F. Bernal. Salvador F. Bernal designed more than 300 productions distinguished for their originality. Sensitive to the budget limitations of local productions, he harnessed the design potential of inexpensive local materials, pioneering or maximizing the use of bamboo, raw abaca, and the abaca fiber, hemp twine, rattan chain, links, and ghost chacha. As the acknowledged guru of contemporary Filipino theater design, Bernal shared his skills with the younger designers through his classes at the University of the Philippines and Ateneo de Manila University, and through the programs he created for the CCP Productions Design Center, which he himself conceptualized and organized. Some medium used by Bernal harnessed the design potential of inexpensive local materials, pioneering or maximizing the use of bamboo, raw abaca, and abaca fiber, hemp twine raw, rattan chain link, ghost cheche, and styrofoams in productions such as Regis Layman, Abanico, La Traviata, Tomanig, at Aniway, and pagkahaba-haba ng mga posisyon. Bernal, who was conferred the National Artist Award in 2003, produced a brilliant body of work which has enriched Philippine theater, music, and dance. He was born on January 7, 1945 in Dagupan City and earned a philosophy degree in 1966 from the Ateneo de Manila, where he would later teach literature and stage design. Bernal organized the Philippine Association of Theater Designers and Technicians, PATDAT, in 1995, through which he introduced Philippine theater designs to the world. Salvador Bernal, National Artist for Theater Design, whose groundbreaking work for the Philippine stage earned him the title Father of the Philippine Stage Design, has died when he was 66.
Promoting one of the national artists of the cinema, Ishmael Bernal. Ishmael Bernal was a filmmaker of the first order and one of the very few who can be truly called a maestro. Critics have hailed him as the genius of the Philippine cinema. He is recognized as a director of films that serve as social commentaries and a bold reflection on the existing realities of the struggle of the Filipino. His art extends beyond the confines of aesthetics. By polishing its visual or innovating in the medium, he managed to send his message across to fight the censors, free the artist, give justice to the oppressed, and the enlightened, as well as certain the audience. He was recognized as the Director of the Decade of the 1970s by the Catholic Mass Media Awards, four-time Best Director by the Urian Awards 1989, 1985, 1983, and 1977, and given the Asian Cultural Award in the Communication Arts in 1993. Among his notable films are Pahiram ng Isang Umaga 1989, Broken Marriage 1983, Himala 1982, City After Dark 1980, Nunal sa Tubig 1976.
Juan Felipe Napkel, National Artist for Architecture, born in May 26, 1899, later dead on May 7, 1986. Juan Felipe Napkels was an architect, teacher, and civil leader, is a pioneer and an innovator in Philippine architecture and insane Napkels' greatest contribution. It is believed that there is such a thing as a Philippine architecture, exposing architecture reflective of Philippine tradition and culture. It is also largely due to its jealous representation and efforts that their private Filipino architects and engineers by law are now able to participate in the design and execution of government projects. He has integrated strength, function, and beauty in the buildings that are our country's heritage today. He designed the 1937 International Eucharistic Congress altar and rebuilt the enlarged the Quiapo Church in the 1930s, adding a dam and the second belfry to the original design. Among others, Nafkel's major works are the Guillermo de los Reyes Building, Magsaysay Building, Rizal Theater, Capital Theater, Captain Pepe Building, Manila Jockey Club, Rufino Building, Philippine Village Hotel, University of the Philippines Administration and University Library, and the reconstructed Rizal House in the Calamba, Laguna.
Alice Reyes. Alice Garcia Reyes, born October 14, 1942, is a Filipina dancer, choreographer, teacher, director, and producer. The founder of Ballet Philippines. She received since June 20, 2014 from the Philippine President Benigno Aquino III, the highest award in the arts, National Artist of the Philippines. She was chiefly responsible in popularizing contemporary dance with the Alice Reyes Dance Company, which staged the first modern dance concert at the Cultural Center of the Philippines Main Theater in February 1970. It was this company that later became Ballet Philippines. She is best known for Bunko Sweetie, Carmen, Carmina Burana, Romeo and Juliet, Ramahari, Cinderella, Amada, Itim Aso, and Tales of the Manug, all nuanced with Filipino culture, gesture, and grace. Reyes retired from Ballet Philippines in 1985 but still served as its artistic director until 1989. Her decision was motivated mainly by her desire to live with her second husband, Ted Van Dorn, and their family in California. She started using her married name Alicia Van Dorn when she credited for her artistic efforts during this time. She resumed using her maiden name after officially becoming a national artist.
The national artist of the Philippine literature. One of the best national artists of the Philippine literature is Carlos P. Romulo, National Artist for Literature, January 14, 1898 to December 15, 1985. So, by the way, who is Carlos P. Romulo? Carlos P. Romulo, 1899 to 1985, was an author and the foremost diplomat of the Philippines. He was the only Filipino journalist to win the Pulitzer Prize. Carlos P. Romulo multi-facted career spanned 50 years of public service as an educator, soldier, university president, journalist, and diplomat. It is common knowledge that he was the first Asian president of the United Nations General Assembly, then Philippines ambassador to Washington, D.C. Romulo was very much into writing. He was a reporter at age 16, newspaper editor at the age 20, and a publisher at the 32. He was the only Asian to win America's coveted prize. Here are Romulo's prolific pen is attested to by his books such as I Saw the Fall of the Philippines 1942, Mother America 1943, and many others. Here are some examples of Carlos P. Romulo's literature work.
Cesar Legazpi, National Artist for Visual Arts. Cesar Legazpi was a Filipino-Asian modern and contemporary artist who was born in 1917. Their work was featured in several exhibitions and care galleries and museums, including the Ateneo Art Gallery and the Ayala Museum. His early 1940s to 1960s works, alongside those of Pierre Hernando Ocampo, are described as depiction of anguish and dehumanizations of beggars and laborers in the city. These include Man and Woman, alternative known as Beggars and Gadgets. Primarily because of this early period, critics have further cite Legazpi as having reconstituted in his paintings cubism and feeling, geometric ordering of figures into a social impressionism rendered by interacting form filled with rhythmic movement.
Hi guys, I would like to describe on activity in music artist. Antonino Buenaventura, National Artist for Music, 1988. May 4, 1904, January 25, 1986. Antonino R. Buenaventura vigorously pursued a musical career that spanned 7 decades of unwavering commitment to advancing the frontliners of Philippines music. In 1935, Buenaventura joined Francisca Reyes Aquino to conduct research on folk songs and dances that led to its popularization. Buenaventura composed compositions for solo instruments as well as symphonic and orchestral work based on the folk song of various Philippines ethnic groups. He was also a conductor and restored the Philippines Army Band to its former prestige as one of the finest military bands in the world making. In Philippines music, Buenaventura became a byword. He was known not only as a fine composer but also a competent conductor and a dedicated educator. He came from a family in Baluag, Bulacan, where he was born on May 4, 1904, that is known as a family of fine musicians. Immediately after his graduation with a teacher diploma in music major in science and composition in 1929 and earning his postgraduate diploma in composition with German Prof. Gina van Takacs as his mentor for 3 years. Colonel Buenaventura joined the UP Conservatory as an assistant instructor. Colonel Antonio R. The concert to be conducted by MSO Principal, Conductor and Music Director Arturo Molina will feature a performance of Buenaventura's By the Hillside, a tune poem evoking the landscape of Baguio. Also taking to the stage this evening is Regina Buenaventura, the colonist granddaughter and a frequent MSO guest artist. She will perform Ludwig van Beethoven's Violin Concerto in the major of 61, the only violin concerto composed by Beethoven. This piece nonetheless has been considered as one of the most important concertos in the violin repertoire, though it may not be as precise and as bombastic compared to other violin concertos. I do describe it as very polite. Its lyricism and charm make it favorite among audience. Thank you.